Hey guys, it's George Brown. So as you can see, I'm already straight on my account because time is really the essence with this, as you'll find out. And you need to see it. You need to see this before we take it down. Okay. So as you can see in here, we're doing anywhere from about $1,500 to $2,000, and some days even as high as $2,500 in a single day. Now, more importantly than that, you can see that it's just happening for me right now with just an unbelievable amount of consistency. Day in, day out, this money is coming in, and it's coming in completely for free. So all of this money is coming in without spending any money to make that money whatsoever, and it's coming in really, really quickly to set up, and you don't need any experience to do this either. Okay, if you can use Google and you can check your email, then you can use this this system. Now, I've got a whole bunch of stuff to show you right here. If I just show you what you're seeing on the screen now is actually paychecks. So these are real paychecks that have been paid out directly to me. Now, each row or column, whatever it's called, the horizontal one, is a week. So you can see this week, $10,209, $9,200, $13,887. This is coming in every single week. And remember, this is coming in for free without spending any money at all. Now, I've got a bunch of other stuff to show you as well. I want to show you a completely fresh account that we set up just to test this on. I want to show you some of the results, because even though this video you're watching right here is the very first time that I am launching this or showing this to any of the wider audience, however you've stumbled on this page, a small circle of my students have been using the system, and they've been using it to some really big success. So I want to show you their results as well. But just before we do that, one thing I do have to say is obviously I am the creator of the system, so I've been making a lot of money with this for a very long time. And some of my students, they will make, and you'll see some of them, they make over 5 figures a month with it, but I'm not legally, I cannot guarantee that you're going to make that as well. Okay, that's just not possible. What I can guarantee, though, is that you're going to be able to download it, and you're going to be able to actually make any money that you do with it, potentially 6 figures a year, for free. Okay, so that's really cool, and I can also guarantee you're going to be able to set up really quickly. All you need to do is watch this video, and then within just minutes from now, within the next hour, you can be set up inside and building your first campaigns with it. So how about this one as well? So what this is I set up a completely new account. I use a different network as well, because you can use this on any network you want, and that's something, again, I'll teach you how to do in the system. And what we did here is I just set up a brand new account, and you can see that we were doing $676 a day, and then today, most interestingly, we've really ramped it up, and it's done $1,723 in a single day. Remember, it's all for free, and most interesting about this is today I've literally, other than filming this video for you right now, I have not been at the computer all day. In fact, yesterday I was at the computer for about 30 minutes, because what I do to try to create with this is a real hands-off income. And that's something else I want to bring out to you. This isn't some loophole, this isn't some weird thing that, doesn't really work. Okay, this is a real system that has made me and a lot of other people a lot of money for a very long time. And this version, the latest version, is by far the most powerful that we've ever released. So while I got you on the screen, I just want you, just for a second, to just imagine that this was you waking up to this every single day. This is what greets me every morning when I get out of bed. Imagine you waking up to this every day, no more. And by the way, I know what it's like. Just a few years ago, I was completely, didn't even have 2 pennies to rub together. And now, I wake up to this every morning. So just imagine. And you know what else that is? That's living proof that anybody can do it, because if I could do it, literally anyone can. Okay, and some of my students you'll see as well. It's an absolute fact that anyone really can make some money online in today's internet, iPhone world. You just need the right system to do it, potentially this very system right here. So what is the system? How do I do it? Well, first let me tell you what it is not, and let me say something key, that when creating this, I didn't want it to rely on paid advertising, like I've said, expensive website building tools, or any of the stuff that holds most normal systems back. So this system, rather uniquely, works completely free. Once you've got it, it's free to set up, and it's free scaling it up all the way to potentially a 5-figure-a-month income online. Some of its users my students are currently making. And other than the system itself, you don't need any software, additional training, or anything else. All you need is your computer, your laptop, and an internet connection. So here's how the system itself works and why it works so well. Now, I'm not going to go into a crazy amount of detail, but I'll give you an overview because I know you must be dying to know, in the limited time we have. So at its core, okay, are some of the biggest, if not, I'd say the biggest group of websites on the internet. Just one of them, for example, is worth over $200 billion as a company. Yes, I said $200 billion. And what we do with the system is build these tiny little campaigns that take just a few hours to set up each, that target very specific online markets and niches, which I'll help you find, and siphon off our own little slice of the pie. Now, it's actually very simple. We don't actually sell anything, and the system pretty much does a lot of the work for you. And the best part, well, when you're dealing with web assets so large as these, you really don't need to siphon off much to make a fortune. As for these markets or niches you can go into, well, they can be on just about any topic you can find on the internet. From fitness to TVs to shoes to dating. The truth is, no matter what niche or market you go into, the process with the system is exactly the same. And you can make money in just about any of them. And yes, I'll teach you which ones are best, of course. And most importantly, the idea is once each campaign is set up and successful, that they continues to run for you and produce the same result month after month. And the secret is obviously how you do it. And with my system that took me so long to develop, but that I finally cracked, it couldn't be simpler. So let me tell you one of the reasons to how, and more importantly, why this works so well. And that's that I don't plan it so everything rides on one campaign or website that takes months to create, so that it's really hard to get it right, but also it's completely make or break, like other people that make money online do. No. My system and what I do bucks the trend completely. And what we do is focus very closely on very specific niches, and in that way, and of course with my secret sauce that we actually use to create the campaigns, almost guarantee our success. What's more, this is key, is we go after the little known gold mines, not the big fish. And by doing that, we actually avoid contact with 99% of everyone else and are able to make money in an area with basically no competition. That's right, I said close to no competition, and I know I don't need to tell you how much easier it is to make money doing something if no one else is doing it. Because by going after the smaller, low-hanging fruit, we sidestep where, in my experience, most of the other systems go wrong, and have the freedom to make as much money and set up as many campaigns as we want. Yes, there is a science behind this. I told you this isn't some loophole. This is how you build a real, dependable income, and fast. Now, each campaign varies and obviously doesn't work the same every time, but typically, if you ask me the average they make, I'd say you're looking to make anywhere from $250 to $700 per campaign per month. That's how much I would expect to make. That's setting up a campaign once, in just a few hours, and then hopefully it making you, like I said, $250 to $700 or more per month, every month, for years to come. Now, the more you build, the more money you make. There really isn't much skill needed, and some campaigns, like I said, will make more than others, but pretty much, in a nutshell, it's that simple. That's all we do. And well, you do the math. And this is just an example, and legally I'm not allowed to guarantee your earnings, or any earnings for that matter, of course, but just as an example, even if I just sat down and made 10 campaigns and ended up making a medium of about $500 per month each, 500 times 10, that's $5,000 a month right there. A $5,000 a month income. And you end up with a monster. A monster that anyone can have set up in just a few hours per campaign for free, with no technical knowledge or experience, and once each campaign is live, runs pretty much hands off for you. Now, you will of course need to check in on some things and update some stuff, but for months and even years to come. It's the ultimate system. There really isn't anything like this that really works, and works quite like it. And I even gave it a name in honor of the original technique that started it all, and I call it Google Sniper. It's a complete self-sufficient system I created from the ground up to serve as a simple but brutally effective way to generate a real hands-off income online, where step by step, utilising the full power of it, anybody, me or you, would be able to go from wherever you are right now, whether you're a beginner, and really the system was designed especially for beginners, and you'll make your first $1,000 and we can turn that into a full-time income, or whether you're already making money online, heard about what we're doing here, and just looking to take advantage of the latest, most powerful method. And actually now, let me show you some of the results others have had that sat exactly where you sat now, got in, and never looked back. Now, I want to show you a few random ones first of all. And what you're seeing on screen now are just a tiny few of the ones we've been sent over the past few years. There's some people here you'll see who have done really well with the system, as you can see. And there's some who just sent their feedback within their first few hours of joining, just first impressions, okay? And what I've done is I've included both types so you can see. And then I want to show you actually one in particular. Now, this definitely is not a typical result, and Anthony has without a doubt done particularly well for himself, but it's a real heartwarming story, to say the least. In fact, Anthony now helps out training other sniper members, and you'll get to know him personally on our regular calls and some of the video training, okay? So Anthony first came across this very page you're on, or an earlier version of it, in a dire situation. In his words, his life wasn't going the way he had planned it to. Like many of us trying the traditional route of working 9 to 5, or whatever hours you work, he was less than impressed, to say the least. And he knew there had to be something more to this life. And moving on, he came on board Sniper, and within 8 months, sent me this video, which I'll play for you now. Now note that this is real. You'll meet him inside the training. Like I said, you can add him on Facebook, whatever you want. He's proud to share his story with others.
So I literally put the system into practice and it paid off. I mean, to this day I've got around about 60 to 65 sniper sites, and all those sniper sites collectively earn me around about $12,000 each month. And they're not just clickbait sites. I mean, I've got Amazon sites, I've got sites that promote CPA offers, I've got sites in a variety of niches. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, without sounding too cheesy, the system itself, the Google Maps sniper system, really did help change my life. I mean, after a few months of implementing what I've learned, I literally quit my job, repaid my college tuition fees, stopped living the broke student lifestyle. And yeah, and the crazy thing is that I know I'm not the only one doing this, you know. I'm in contact with a few other guys, a few other snipers who do the exact same thing and earn a ton of money. And so I want to say thanks, you know. I really recommend the Google Sniper course and method itself. I mean, it really does work. It's not just a bunch of hype. And it certainly did change my life. So thanks, yeah.